Hello, Mr.
Hello,
Markus.
hello.
How are you?
Fine so far.
So good to see you, Mr. Markus, for the second time in our live
Yeah, thank you
conversation.
for having me a second time on your live.
It's our pleasure, Mr. Markus, to have you here and to hear all the expert advice from you. So, guys, welcome all of you all. Sustainability has always been a key concern amongst the consumers, where you and me would want to know where do the gemstones and the metals used in our jewelry come from. And environmental sustainability, along with the welfare of the community, is of key concern. And talking about sustainability, we have Mr. Markus Wild of Paul Wild, a German based company who owns several gemstone mines, and they are also renowned for cutting and polishing one of a kind exclusive gemstone since 10 generation. And Mr. Markus will be talking to us about mines to market sustainable gemstone mining. So, Mr. Markus, we welcome you once again, and we're looking forward to not only learning a lot about sustainability from you, but also to see your Paraiba Tourmaline, your Kashmir sapphires, and also your Paparazza sapphire.
Sure, you're welcome.
Begin by knowing that you have been a pioneer in the gemstone industry for 10 years. Talk to us, how has the industry evolved?
You see, the last years we had a big change in our industry. Before it was a very secret, hidden industry. Even the gemstone, the color gemstone himself was not very famous. Just the ruby, emerald, sapphire was known. And now, thanks to the internet and the new digital world, everybody is exposed to the informations, to the knowledge, and this helps our colorstone industry a lot to be known and appreciated much more than the decades before.
Absolutely. And since we are here to talk about sustainability, let's hear from you that why is sustainability such a primary concern amongst the consumers today?
You see, the world is changing, and like the education is coming to all parts of the world, for sure the people has more questions and they are more open and they have more knowledge, and with the knowledge, sure, the questions is coming. And I think amongst all people in our industry, we should take this very seriously and give them open answers and show them how it worked in the past and what we are trying to do in the future.
Yes, absolutely. And talking about mines, we are familiar that Paul Wild owns quite a few mines across the world. So we would love to hear more about the mines and what initiatives have you taken for the welfare of the community, and also please show us some of your exclusive gemstones.
You see, Paul Wild is already mining since the early 70s, 1970s. And for sure, at that time, it was really not, it was so many problems to reach even the places. And it was natural for everybody to go there to see that you need to bring health care, that you bring clean water. You see, the substantial things in that time was really already a challenge, to have clean water, the health care, the right food, the hygiene, everything like this. And that was in these years the main issue. Okay, it was also understandable at that time. But in today's world, if we go to a new mining project, sure we have in mind, sure we have to take the basics first to the place, okay? So if we are thinking about the place to go for a prospecting or a mining, sure we think about the social development of the area. So sure it's part like 40, 50 years ago. Can we bring the health care? Can we bring the clean water? You need the initial things to the social surrounding of the area we are going to. This is true. But today it goes already further in the very early stage of planning. You put already now, you see, okay, how you can develop a mine in sustainability for not only the social welfare of the surrounding area, also of the how all mining will always somehow have an input to the nature. This, no, if somebody denied this, this would be not the correct sentence to say. So, but you try to minimize, okay,
Yes.
minimize of the input to the nature, and this you cannot do later on. In the first phase of planning to open a mine, you already need to know how you go on with this point, okay? How to get the water reserves, how to plan, okay? How to give a minimum input in that sources, okay? So you need to plan very well, and this is always in the first phase already in the point we have. And then you see it starts with many things. We learned the last few years when we go to places that we have to start immediately with the education also for the people. Because when you come with a mining operation, okay, you have a big influence of the social life in these areas. And you need to, and there will be certain changes, okay? The people will have a better welfare, has a better salaries, there will come a little more movement into the areas, and you need to start to educate the people how to use it in their advantage, okay? It's very important not only to give them the benefit, you also need to try to educate them how to use the benefit. This is also very important, okay?
Absolutely.
So the education is really following straight after you're putting your feet on ground, that the people really can use the advantage what you gave to the place, because mining is always a long-term relation to the social community. It's always a few years or even decades. We are mining the Paraiba mine. We are mining already since 25 years. So it's really a long commitment you have. So you have also to try to educate the people to take also a real benefit out of it.
Absolutely. And since you spoke about Paraiba, let's begin by seeing some of your exclusive Paraiba, because we are familiar that Paul Wild makes the best Paraiba. So we would love to see those exclusive Paraibas by Paul Wild.
Yeah, okay. So then we start with the Brazilian Paraiba. You see the color is very intense, okay, and very equal in the colors you see here. And this is from our mine, what we start in 1993. And we are still at the ground there. And for us, it's very important when we are going to such a mining venture that we are using all different materials. You see, so we are getting the whole mine production, and we have to be very creative to really use it in a very intelligent way. How to do this? Okay. So we have many different kind of shapes, and using really from the very smallest stones. You see, for example, if you are mining and you are the source, you also have to get solutions to produce from the very small stones even something. So this is also one of the, let's say, secrets, or actually solutions what Paul Wild have, because we are mining, we are the source of so many things. And when you are the source of something, you have to find solution for every production you have. Okay, so this is, and this makes our variety also. This is why we have from the 1 millimeter to the biggest, from the cleanest to a medium low-end material. We are trying to do, you see, even necklaces like this. Okay, even using all the colors. This is all from the Paraiba mine, even the red and the light blue. So we're trying to do our best with all the materials we're producing.
Right. So basically, all the materials that you produce from your mine, you actually source from your mines and you polish it, and that's how the whole business has evolved since 10 generations.
Yes, this is exactly what it is. When we are talking now with the Paraibas,
Yes.
we are manufacturing the whole production from A to Z. Doesn't matter
Wow.
which color, which size, whatever, which kind of cutting. For example, here we get some carvings.
Yes.
Okay, for
Yes.
this you have a medium to lower end material, and you
Right.
try to make something nice out of it. So sure, you are using
Lovely.
all different kind of cutting methods, and
Lovely.
this is how the variety in Paul Wild came out.
Lovely.
So because you have your production and you want to produce. So this
Absolutely.
is a part of the secret why we are so wide open and has that kind of variety. Because the thoughts about the production, what to do.
Makes me think that I must make a visit to Paul Wild and see the entire procedure from the mines to the polishing, hopefully sometime very soon.
I hope so. I hope that
Thank
we
you.
can pass this pandemic all together in a fast and good way. Let's pray for this, and then we see us soon.
Yes, absolutely. And I also read that you also own Ruby Mine. So we would love to know more about the Ruby mines, which are owned by Paul Wild.
Yeah. Okay. You see, when you have this kind of decades of mining, it's always you presently own some mines, or you owed some in the past. For example, that Ruby mine we owed in the past, but we have sure we were mining, okay, and so we are still releasing from these materials, because you have to go step by step in the production. And I can show you some things what comes from the John Saul mine. Okay, this is a typical open red color, as you see. It's very nice, lively red colors. Okay, this is coming from the John Saul mines. Okay, big sets of capuchons, you know.
Stunning.
And or we make nice combinations with some moonstones to give some ideas for the materials. Okay, this is all coming from the John Saul mine. You know, you get the faceted material, capuchons, carvings, all shapes. You see,
it's really beautiful to see so much of variety of one particular gemstone.
Yeah, you see. And then we have some really nice, high quality capuchons from there. You know, it's always nature always put only a very small percentage of the real beautiful material. So this makes also the challenge in the mine, okay? Because it's not so many times you hold a real gem in your hands from your own place. And nature always reduce this to a minimum. Yeah, this is now a Tanzanite capuchon with John Saul ruby combination.
Fantastic.
And the size is really already outstanding for the material, as you can see.
Right. So talking about size, Mr. Markus, I have a question. How long does it take for you to make a layout? You know, as you've shown us such beautiful layouts. So firstly, I want to ask you, what is the inspiration of having your jewelry displayed in these exclusive layouts? And secondly, how long does it take, you know, for you to gather such various kind of gemstones to fit them in beautifully?
Okay. You see, because of that mining background and that huge variety of rough what you get from the mine, and you come to the stage that the stones arrive in your cutting factory, and then already the design starts, because you have really to think how to use all this material in a good way. Okay, and this is in the last 40 years. This is how we came to make layouts and things, because when we got these productions from our mines, and you have a substantial production, you can do this kind of creativity with the layouts, the necklaces, earrings, and things. And then it's a very short period, okay, to design this, because you have the material available, and then it's a things of 2-3 months to produce and to sort and do. Then you can do these layouts within a short period of time. This is generally happen when you have substantial productions.
Right, absolutely.
On the other side, when we are talking about rare stones, okay, the productions is very limited, like in Kashmirs or in Paparachas. Then is really like a passionate thing to collect. Okay, you really you put yourself that aim. Okay, I want to start to create a Paparacha necklace or a Kashmir necklace, and then it needs a substantial amount of time.
Talking about Kashmir sapphires and Paparacha, we would love to see these rare gemstones, by Paul Wild. Difficult it must have been for you to source these entire gemstones over years.
Okay, I will show you first the Paparachas. Let me see a second. Yeah, good. I did for today. I made this color variety layout because I think it's very important to talk about when we talk about Paparacha or Kashmir that we give the knowledge that Paparacha is not a particular color on the dot, on the point. Even Paparacha has in his color a color range, as you can see here. This is all certified Paparachas, and as you can see, they are ranging from a light orange pink to a more intense pink, and to a more rosé orange style. I think this is a good example for all the range of colors in Paparacha. I put here also a little, maybe here you can even see it better. I made a variety of colors from the pink side, and the orange side of the stones. So Paparacha has a certain spectrum of color range, and we should also as when we go to purchase, we can already see on the color a certain localities have a certain range of these colors. The Madagascar Paparachas, they are more on the pinkish side, and the Sri Lankans, they are more on that light orangey side in general. So we already have a tendency, but we also need to say that sure, the market has a preference for the Sri Lankan Paparachas.
Okay, and from Paparacha, let's see some Kashmir sapphire. I myself have been a great admirer of Kashmir sapphires because I know they are from India, and secondly, they are absolutely rare because the mines have been extinct now.
Yeah. First, I will show you also there is a range. This is a 7-carat cornflower color, Kashmir. And there is also a range. I put now 8-carat 39 royal blue Kashmir to it. So you can see the color variation also.
Yes, we can see it, yes.
In the Kashmir. But what is sure you can see in all the Kashmirs, it has this velvet blue. Even is a cornflower, you can see this velvetness.
Wonderful.
Or is a royal blue. It has always that velvet, that secret shine. And this is the typical things. Stones from Burma or Sri Lanka, they are coming close to Kashmir. But this is the typical what you always appreciate in a Kashmir.
Kashmir sapphire.
And it's really unique. You can see it in the...
Yes, we can see the clear difference in the color. My question to you is that these two gemstones, for example, since how many years back did you procure them?
These two gems are, they are quite rare, yes. Because the Kashmir mining was actually done in the 18th century, and it was only a very short period between 1820, 1830, something. And sure, there is not many stones around. So
Yes.
yeah, you are always happy to find one. Okay, generally
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
in antique jewelry, in estate jewelry, you find these things. Sure, it's rare. It's really rare. Okay, you not come across this frequently. Definitely not.
You've shown us your Paraibas, you've shown us your Paparazza sapphire and the rarest of rare Kashmir sapphire. And we know that you manufacture one of a kind exclusive gemstones. We have also seen gemstones of different cuts and different facets. So, what is the reason of manufacturing different cuts in gemstone? Like, do you do as per the orders of the designers, or this is just your own creativity and the creativity of your team?
It's both. Okay, when we have this kind of substantial productions, sure, we are trying to make the most beautiful product out of the rough. And on the other hand, sure, we have many customers, designers who has the inspiration of a certain cut they want to have, a certain look they want to achieve. And so is from both sides. Sure, they ask us, because in the moment we hold that productions, sure, we have a big variety and we have a big chance to fulfill what they are looking for.
So can we see some of your exclusive cut gemstones?
Yeah, sure. Here you see we are doing this kind of color varieties in the cuts, you see, with all the shapes we have, or we are doing this organic.
Wow.
No.
And this is Tanzanite?
This is Tanzanite, yes. And we do this, you know, and then we make combination with these colors of Tourmaline, of Paraiba.
Wow.
This is also from the Paraiba mine coming. This is a very particular color. Yes, a very particular color. Yeah, and then we have this, you know, we do like this, you know, to match sizes. And yeah, this is that free forms.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
it's a really stunning.
Yeah. Or we do various of the carvings to really use the whole rough material. Okay, here's really used. Here's even the original crystallization on the aquamarine is still a lot on it, and on the other side we make a carving. So it's all this kind of, or you do simply, you leave nature to go. Okay, you just take the rough watermelon tourmaline, you just slice it correctly, polish it, and all you see is what nature already made out of it. So there is not too much to do for us in this way.
Of
so
course,
this is beautiful. Look how beautiful. And then for sure you try to match that, you get a whole set out of it. But there is not too much there to do for us. Nature already made all the coloring and the super shapes, also different shapes and different looks. You see? So it's this kind of thing. On the other side, you are doing for the manufacturers, you do all this kind of calibrate material too, because you have the material, you have the production, you are the source, and the market is also looking for calibrated goods. So you need to make a perfection of cut, a precise cut, a good color sorting that the market is asking for.
Lovely. So in short, Paul Wild is one-stop destination for all the gemstone requirements, be it the rarest of the rare Kashmir sapphires, or be it calibrated, or be it specially faceted, or be it the regular cut. You know, you have it all as per the consumer's requirements.
In generally, yes, but this is the historical background. When you go out and you are mining since so many decades, and you have all your mines and connections around the world, is sure the variety comes by age of the company. Okay, if there is a new gemstone tomorrow, sure we are thinking to go and manufacture it. This is how the widespread comes. Yeah. I also want to show you, even we leave specimens. Okay, if something is really very beautiful, like this from our Paraiba mine, okay, sometimes we just don't destroy. It's really a destroy. We don't do. You see how nice is the color combination here. Okay,
we can see the purple and the blue Paraiba, is it?
Yes, and this is all in one crystal. You have the purple and the turquoise and the green in one crystal. You see?
Amazing. How rare is this?
Yeah,
this is different colors.
This is so rare that we don't destroy it.
Wonderful.
And there is another curiosity from the mine. You see, here you can see some Paraiba, and here nothing. And then when we were in the mine and we open it, and we had the full crystal inside. So it's like a small hidden gem. Goes like
nature
this.
gives us everything. Yes, nature is a true source of everything.
Yeah, this is really a curiosum like this, and then you don't touch it. Okay, it's too beautiful. You can only destroy it, and this is
fantastic. Since you've shown us so many gemstones, what is the future of gemstone industry?
You see, like I already mentioned in the beginning, in the last decade, our business was changing and is in a big change because of our social media. And this gives us such a big drive and force that today the consumer can really can ask the right question and has questions. And when you are in this dialogue, automatically there is improvement. Today, each and every kind of gemstone has really a force in the market, because the people has the knowledge to ask for it. This is the big difference. And out of that question, the drive is automatically coming. So I see that, that we will have a big drive in all different kind of gemstones. Also the people, they have today the desire to create something, to be creative, and to do something outstanding, something unique. And our material is really a wonderful material to give them the opportunity to be outstanding or create something outstanding. And now is really the time that our consumers can ask the right questions. This helps a lot.
About consumers asking the right questions, for our audience who wants to reach out to Paul Wild, how can they reach out to you for their requirements, or if they have any further information or questions about any gemstones?
It's very easy. We are on Instagram, easy to find us. Website, Paul Wild website, that's the most easiest. There you get really answers easy, and there is materials around, and you can really be helpful in this.
Have some more gemstones that you want to show us?
Yeah, you see, when we get this kind of productions from the mine, there is always one most beautiful stone, the real gem.
Okay.
So we had the production, we had this wonderful morganite inside. Okay, this is like a 300 carat beautiful pink morganite. So you always have this kind of choice.
Little higher. Okay. And is this cut in a specific facet? What do we see? Do we see some extra facets on it? Or?
This is cut in a classic step cut, and then out of the same production, this beautiful pink ones came. You see, and this is
Fantastic.
always how we try to create something, you know, rare, beautiful. So we put some green beryl on it.
Right.
Okay. So this is all coming when you have a production and you're thinking,
Yes,
but you always have
absolutely.
only one real
Wow.
stone.
That's a treasure.
Yeah. This is always the
Fantastic.
advantage, always the point what we try to find, you know, to create something outstanding.
Right,
And for me,
absolutely.
one of my favorite gemstones to cut is bicolor tourmalines. When you see the rough and you see the finished cut. Here is a wonderful bicolor.
Yes.
This is the rough part.
Wow.
So this stone, if I put the colors right, you know, this is the crystal to it.
Right.
And after cutting, the beauty
It's
will
clear.
shine
It's
this way.
absolutely crystal clear, right?
Yeah, this is
fantastic.
Yeah, but it's always nice to see the rough, how it
Yes.
comes and how it's created later. Beautiful
Amazing,
color.
amazing.
I
Yes,
love this
absolutely.
bicolors. It's really amazing material.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is some of our aquamarines from our aquamarine minings in Mozambique.
Lovely.
What we owned before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is always a circle. You go for a mining project. You run it for a few years. Sometimes it can hold decades. Sometimes it's only for 3-4 years. And this is from our previous mining.
Lovely.
Wonderful dark blue color aquamarine set.
Yes, we can see the shades.
Yeah.
So with a legacy of almost 10 generations, is there some piece of advice which has always been close to you and has always inspired you to take this legacy of Paul Wild ahead?
Yeah, sure. Because in our industry, I think is not common in many industries. But in our industry, still a word is a word, and you really, if you follow a clear behavior and you are honest to the people, and then you have in our industry every day a new chance. Every day there is a new production. Every day there is a new inspire of a design or something. So every day is for everybody in the industry a day what can be very positive, as long as he is really take it honest and hard work, and then it's his way, and it will come, because we are pending on the nature. If nature gives us a production of something, we have the chance to do something out of it. So it can be already the next day, could be a day like this.
And while you were answering, there was a question asking, are these layouts available for sale?
They are available for sales on the B2B market.
Okay. There was also a requirement for the audience to see some amethyst. Do you have them for us?
Amethyst, yeah, amethyst we will have. Sure. But in the meantime, I have another, because I really like at the moment my productions of this bicolor tourmaline. Watermellow and bicolor tourmaline is really something fantastic from nature. It's really something amazing. It's also rare. It's a rare thing. Okay.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. This is a Brazilian amethyst. Cut in a emerald cut. So what else this is cute. This is
wonderful.
This is a pumple, we call it pumple cut. Violet.
Wonderful.
And then, because it's so nice, we made 2 of them.
Lovely. And these are what, identical pairs? They're very close.
This is an identical pair. Identical
Lovely.
Pair. Yeah.
Incredible. Requirement, somebody wants to see your Tanzanites.
Tanzanite, okay.
Yes.
Tanzanite you can got here is very fast. This is more handy now. This we already showed. We are going for Tanzanites. We should go for heart shapes. Heart
Oh,
shape is
lovely.
always good. Like on the
Always
Titanic,
good.
a blue heart.
Yes,
Like
the
in the
blue
movie
heart.
Titanic. Also very nice and not so common that you cut the Tanzanites in capuchon.
Wow.
This is clean material what we regularly use for faceted, what we are doing capuchons out of it. It's very elegant
Fantastic.
material. Yes, yes.
Fantastic. Marcus, with so many gemstones, a collector or a beginner wants to start building his collection. What advice would you like to give to all of us?
It is actually nature tells us what to do. Nature
Wow.
already limited the real beautiful is always rare. A nice
Right.
stone is always limited by nature, is always rare. So my advice is always, it is first of all, it's depending on the financial background, what you can
Absolutely.
spend. But you can buy a rock crystal, but you should go by the advice of the nature. Go for the beautiful, for the rare, for the, even in rock crystal, there is that 2-3% rare material. So it's better to go a little smaller and a little better in quality.
Guys, in case if you have any more questions that you would like Mr. Marcus to answer, please feel free. Just
Welcome.
see if there is any questions. Some spinel and
There's no problem.
if somebody wants to know how should we be the business after the pandemic situation. So while you're showing, you can answer that question, please.
Yeah. So for example, also we're going today for the hearts. Okay.
Lovely.
Nice Tanzanian spinel hearts.
Wow.
Okay. This is what is. And then just for the color, you know, this is a typical color for a Burmese spinel.
Fantastic.
Okay? But then you have the Tanzanian. I don't get the
Right. Yeah,
you
we can see
see
the difference. Yes.
difference.
Yes.
And yeah, the question after the pandemic, how it will work.
Yes.
This is a big secret, I think. So, no, I think the people is, first of all, desperate to get their movement ability again back, and that they can meet everybody again.
Right.
And I think we will have a period of meeting people, family, friends, you know. I think this will be first more important.
Absolutely.
And then maybe the people start to rethink that the old values, you know, is maybe not too bad to follow a little bit.
Right.
So then maybe the tradition of giving a jewelry present will be back again.
Yes,
place.
about meeting, like I mentioned to you, I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person. Yes, I have seen your gemstones at the 2019 AGTA Gem Fair, but now it will be my privilege to hold these rare gemstones in my hand and, of course, to meet your entire team.
Yeah, I hope I see you soon here.
Yes, hopefully,
Mr.
Marcus.
Yes.
It's been a lovely conversation with you, Mr. Marcus. We've learned
Thank
so
you,
much
same
about
here. Always enjoy.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And we've learned so much about gemstone mining, and of course, gotten this opportunity to see your rarest of the rare gemstones. So thank you so much for having it all arranged and curated for all of us. And it's been very kind of you to open your treasure and to show us and share your expertise with us. And a lot of gratitude to Fabiana also for helping us curate this wonderful conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Bye, Fabiana.
Bye.
Bye, Mr. Marcus.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.